I found this wire Easter tree for a few dollars at the thrift store, and I see these fairly often. So if you're interested in doing something like this for yourself, you should be able to find something out there. Or you can order it on Amazon for not too much money. But I turned it into kind of like a Snow White poison apple almost kind of a tree, and it actually came out way better than I thought it was going to come out. I'm pretty happy with that one. So check it out. Let's turn this adorable little Easter tree that I found for a couple of dollars at the thrift store into something much more sinister and creepy. And we're going to use this Westmoreland candy dish as the base for it. I ripped the pink off of the bottom, and I'm using just watered down black paint to cover up that white as an initial coat. Then I wrapped like that crinkly ribbon around the bottom of it when glued it on with hot glue. And now I'm taking some watered down colors of paint. I have some water in that dish, and it's black, purple, and green. And I'm just going to kind of do a wash over the base, the whole base of the tree. Kind of blend it all together. And that footed dish kind of had reminded me of a bonsai tree. And so this is almost kind of like a little mini bonsai Halloween tree. And you can kind of see on that plate on the right hand side, I had little apples that I thrifted, little mini apple Christmas ornaments from the thrift store. I think I paid $1 for the bag of them. And I painted them with some shiny purple and black paint. And they kind of came out like the Snow White poison apple. So that's basically what this tree is. It's just a poison apple tree. So Snow White's stepmother didn't have to make the apple. She could just go pick a couple of them. Yeah, so I'm just blending everything together, and then I took the tree and I spray painted it just with a couple of different colors of paint. At first I painted it black, then I had like a beige and kind of painted over that, just kind of held the can away from it and let it kind of splatter on there. And then I splattered a little bit of green on there too. I didn't get that on camera, unfortunately. So if you find one of these trees, most of the time they have like a rubber coating on the outside of the wire. And that's why I chose to use spray paint. Plus all of the little branches, it was just way easier to spray it. And I have just like a junky old lazy Susan outside that I put things on, and then you can just kind of turn it around. It makes it really easy. And then I'm just dabbing some paint in the crooks of all of the branches here where they meet, just kind of adding depth to it. You can see as it goes along, the tree has a little bit more depth of color. And the more of that you do, the more, not realistic obviously, but the better the tree will look. So this is, it's called Fine Turf. It's from Woodland Scenics. You can use it for like train tables and miniatures, like people that do Dungeons and Dragons or like tabletop gaming. They use it too. Anyway, it's like this real finely crushed up, almost like, looks almost kind of like a velvety finish to it when it's done, but it comes in different colors. I've had that bag forever, so that is like mixed with a little bit of sand and glitter. But anyway, I put some Mod Podge. You could use Mod Podge, Elmer's glue, some kind of Aleene's tacky glue, whatever. And I'm just using a craft brush that I don't really care about, and I'm globbing it on there. I'm globbing it onto the bottom. I'm globbing it onto the branches, and just that is making it look like some weird glittery moss is growing on the tree. And it helped on the base. Once it's all dry, it looks a lot better. Right now, the glue isn't dry. So I'm using hot glue to attach this because I don't really want this to be permanent in this dish. If I ever come across the lid for it while I'm out and about, I'll probably snag the lid and use something else for the bottom. But just fit in there really well. So anyway, that's going to hold that into the dish. And the white that you're seeing is just the Mod Podge isn't dry yet, so. Then I found these little ghost lights at the dollar store, and they're adorable. They were perfect for this because they add a little bit of like a kitschy kind of cute vibe to the spookiness. But wrapping them around there was a treat. So I just kind of skipped over that part because, yeah, you can wrap it yours around however you want. And you could use just like purple colored lights, orange lights, red lights, whatever. I just happened to find these. I was lucky enough to find them when they first put their Halloween stuff out. And here, these are the little apples that I painted. And they're neat because you could see a little bit of red left on there. And I'm just hanging them. I was thinking about gluing them, but I figured hot glue would just, they would pop off because the branches are kind of, have that shiny finish to it. And I'm just using what I have at home to make this right now. I'm not using E6000. I'm using like hot glue and Mod Podge. So um, if you want to make things really permanent, I recommend like Gorilla Glue or E6000. But it's all starting to come together now. I can see, I mean, obviously my camera makes things look a little bit lighter than they actually are once I have it completely decorated and on display. It just came out really neat, and it sets the poison apple tree vibe really well. And then I had one of these apples fell and cracked in half, so I just glued them on the bottom, like the apples had fallen off of the tree. And another fun thing to put on here would be just a bunch of little spiders or a bunch of little bats. These spiders I had from a bag of like little creepy crawlies that I bought, and I dry brushed them with a little bit of that shimmery purple paint to help them go with the theme. And I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I want them, like if I wanted it in the tree or not. You can't really see what I'm doing there, sorry. Then I just decided to put them both there. And I actually used the little one to cover a glob of hot glue that I got on the container there. My trusty glue gun. It's been with me for so long. It's got so much junk stuck to it. Yeah, so when you're out thrifting, keep in mind that you can paint or redo little ornaments and things to fit whatever, theme you want. So if you can't find apples, you could probably find something. Or you can just pick up some little doodads from the dollar store, that are actually Halloween themed. And these trees, you could find these pretty easily. I mean, you can buy them on Amazon for pretty cheap, but you probably will be able to find these in the thrift stores if you look long enough. I've seen many of them. And now that I've made this tree, I'm going to be making more, so I'll probably be on the lookout. And they can be painted all different colors. You could decorate them however. And I liked using this candy dish for the base because, it doesn't have a lid, so it's nice to use things that you find in the thrift stores for bases for Christmas trees, or in this case, Halloween tree. Um, things that don't have lids that otherwise are probably going to get thrown away. You can use that. You can use that in a project like this. I was trying to decide if I wanted to add some other greenery to the base of it, but I decided just to leave it how it was. And then the battery pack, I just wrapped the lights so that the battery pack sits behind it and you don't really see it, but I can still get to it. There's all kinds of LED lights online too if you don't find anything locally. I just thought these little ghosts were really cute. I got them at Dollar Tree. I don't know if they'll still have them now. This is how my Halloween poison apple bonsai tree came out. It's so moody and spooky and kitschy and cute. I love the way the spiders look with that purple paint dry brushed on them, illuminated by those ghosty lights. And I had that flocking mixed with glitter and sand, and it added a little extra sparkle, and you could see it on the tree branches there. Can't you just imagine an evil queen or a wicked stepmother traipsing through the forest, coming upon this tree, picking one of these poisoned apples and trying to feed it to their beautiful stepdaughter? I can. I'm really happy with the way this came out. I hope that you guys try to make something like this too. So I'll just let you enjoy a little bit more footage of it and some pictures that I took. I had a blast making Halloween decor out of thrifted vintage finds and using up some of my scraps that I had laying around and some of my crafting supplies. I hope that this inspires you to create something similar for yourself. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content. I hope that you have a safe, healthy, happy, and spooky Halloween.